The solid black MD is what I'm using for a layment, underlayment. It actually is a top of the line underlayment designed for engineering type floors to hold sound down. As you can see, you have to tape it down. It has an overlapping edge which makes a vapor barrier here, as you notice. And anywhere that you have a seam, you seal the seam with duct tape. Alright, according to your steps there, we have tried to put this at 20 degrees, and if you notice, I'm setting this at 20-degree angle. It slides in good, but I'm also keeping the lip extremely close here, so that when I get ready to slide it, this lip should slide over the top of this groove here. There's a notch and then an indented groove. I don't know if you can see that well or not in the camera. I'll move the board away temporarily. Put it back where you can see it. Run back to my 20 degrees. Alright, now what we're doing here is the top. As you can see, it's going together real good at the top. Laying it down. Again, we're as close as we can to the edge here. I slide it down very slightly. In fact, I'm a little too tight right now. To back it off just a little. Alright. I use these boards to allow for the edging. When I lay the block on that I use, you notice I've hit the thing so hard trying to drive the ends together here that what I've created is a busted block. So I ended up having to use this piece, which is a more solid piece of material. Alright, I start out by just lightly tapping it with the hammer to move it in. It's starting to fit in now. Going to end to get it in. I don't have too much problem with this. Should be a one-man job. And I try not to use many French words if I hit my finger. Alright. As you can see, no problem getting this in. There's no groove. Now, when you push down on it, naturally you get a little groove back. Again, clicked into place. This is where this board comes in handy. It allows for the groove there to go over with your block. Again, I'm using the old block here that I busted. They're cheap. You can see there's a tight edge there. Didn't have to hit it too hard. Come actually where the seam is. Another good tight edge. Go to the end. Very good tight edge. Again, I've not hit it extremely hard. I've got to reseat this just a little more here. That's good enough. That's perfect as far as I'm concerned. Alright, now this is what we have left here. We have a gap here. The gap there is the one that I'm having a hard time getting, because you said if you fill it and you look at it, you can see it's up a little in the air. Alright, this way it is not. Alright, so that means this has got to be down to fit into this notch. That's not a problem. Just simply push it down and lift up with a little piece of material underneath. I prefer using, again, this piece about the lip size. Alright. Then when you push down, it should go in there. Alright. I have a block at the end that allows me to tap with a 1/2 inch. This is actually a 1/2 inch block right here, so that I can tap this way. Getting back down to this end, I need to use something that I can not mess up the lip on this end. I use this T-square here, framing square. I use this block here It's a more heavier duty block. And now what I do is hit this hard and watch. My son will now push down on that edge on the one that I'm actually tapping in while he's trying to hold the camera there so that we can see if it'll go. What happened?
Nope.
Thank you. That's the problem we're having. All right. Moving this piece out real quick. Having him step on this piece to try to get it to stay. Back again to the block. I'm hitting extremely hard. No movement. Alright. That's the dilemma. The only way that I can do this and get this is right, and this takes forever, is pry up on the far end, take it back out.
The other piece came out too.
Oh, great. Alright, that's good. But this will go back in simple enough. Pause it a minute. Just stop the machine while we get this one in. We'll get back to... Alright, the only way to get this in is this way. You have to slide this all the way up as far as it'll go. Make sure that it's locked in here. And then this has to be extremely close edge all the way down. From one end to the next, as you can see, from one end all the way to the far end. And in. Alright, now what I have to do is I have to come down here and tilt this up at 20 degrees. Which doesn't make sense. But it's got to go in. It went in. Tilt this one up at 20 degrees. This one's going to need a little persuading with a hammer. Pretty much in. On down. Now, down near the end, as you can see, I've still got a little gap here, not much. We will be able, I believe, to persuade that in. We have been. All right, again, take this one in. And according to your terminology for installation, this is the incorrect way to do it. But this is what I'm having to do. It's very time consuming. I've got a gap here. I got to beat this gap down. It will usually close. But it has a tendency when you beat these gaps to open up in other places on some of these other boards, is what you got to realize. Alright, back down to this end. Again, I use the solid piece instead of the little kit that they sell. And Daniel will film it down there. He's not going to film me tapping, but you'll see that it'll eventually go together down there, and he'll let me know. Together?
Yep.
Okay? Pretty good? Oh yeah, see, that's it. That's what I'm having to do. Is this right? Because if this is right, the instructions are wrong.